104.7 The Cave, Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens in the studio. This is Dark Side of the Stream, episode 74.
Yeah, you need to turn on my light though.
Oh yeah,
I look like
a
a ghoul.
This is Jay without lighting.
Oh
with,
God, what
with
a
very bright white
not
lighting.
That one, not that. It's too bright for my eyes.
Warm lighting.
God, that's
Jay
better.
without.
No, I don't.
Ghoul. Doesn't have any more. Doesn't have any more there. Back to that warm soft.
Time.
He likes the soft lighting. If you go in his house, there's nothing but soft lighting.
Nothing but stage lighting around my bed.
No, that's not. It's different.
Mirrors and stage lighting around the bed.
Yeah, but it's all warm light. Like
big hit. It's a big hit with everyone. Big hit with everyone except for the X.
It's stage lighting, but like normally when you see bright lights, Jay's got like all soft lighting, so it's like grandma light bulbs, but really nice lighting gear.
Harsh. Makes objects appear larger than they are.
You know, like grandma's house, like the living room, it's like super low light. You know, you can barely see anything. That's how Jay's. Well, he's got all these really nice lighting gear stuff all around his house, but it's like soft grandma lighting.
When you're over 50, that's what happens. You have to go soft.
This is Jay Stevens. I'm Mike the Intern, and this is Dark Side of the Stream, episode 74. This week was my pick, and we went with Crime Scene, the Times Square Killer, which was produced by Imagine Entertainment, which, by the way, was the same company that did, I believe, the Cecil Hotel documentary. Yeah. So this was a series, I guess they're doing on Netflix. Crime Scene was the first one, which we all did last year, I believe. It was kind of a weird.
Yeah,
this girl lost her mind.
As they stretched this one out, I felt.
They did stretch it out, but one thing I wanted to point out, and we'll just get into it, was I thought they did a really good job picking who they talked to in this. And what I mean by that is, if you're not familiar, the Times Square Killer, Torso Killer of New York, also known as Richard Cottingham, is who they're focusing on. I really thought they did a great job getting with his coworker, because he was a computer programmer, and the guy that he worked with at Blue Shield, which was literally in Times Square, had some really crazy insights into this guy. Like,
your coworker could be chopping people up and burning bodies, burning hotel rooms. This guy.
I don't know who you're pointing at.
I'm not,
dude.
Not me, man.
That's what he says. He says it like he goes right when the killing started happening. You know, one of the guys comes in with a newspaper article, and he's like, "I just can't believe this, and this is just crazy. Why would someone do this? How could you do this?" And old Richie, rocking in his chair, goes, "Brody, it could be you. It could be me.
Yeah.
You don't even know."
So it's legendary, just like, right? For now on, if there's anything like that ever happens again, I'm going to say that. I'm going to go.
I'm going to low-key get my phone out and hit record and just sit there.
Could have been me. Could have been anybody.
And so when we're doing Crime Scene, the Jay Stevens story on Netflix here in a couple of years, they're going to be talking to me about it.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea? Well, no, dude. I mean, he was all soft lighting and glitter. I had no clue. But there was this one time.
Yeah. Yep.
So, you know, that's the thing. Like, he was so blatant about it. Like, he at one point drew a diagram of one of the hotels in which he would brag to his coworkers, like, dude, Times Square is just, crazy. And we're going to get into Times Square here in a little bit. But since we just, blew it all right now, we'll talk about that.
Crazy back then, for
dude,
sure.
We'll talk about that. But this guy was just so blatant about, like, just being like, yeah, I pick up girls all the time. I do whatever I want. I got cash. It's cool. No big deal.
It sounds like me more and more.
I would not put that out there in the real world, Jay. I would not put that out there at all. We're discussing Crime Scene, the Times Square Killer. Jay's
could be me. Could be you.
Yeah,
could
right.
Be any of us.
You guys hear it here first. We might have a serial killer on staff here at 104.7 The K. Oh, 4.7 The Cave, Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens. We are back in the studio. This is Dark Side of the Stream, episode 74, doing the Crime Scene series. Once again, the Times Square Killer. Now, I knew a little bit about Richard Cottingham and what he had done going into this, but I did not know that this documentary would just literally, like, it was almost 90% about what Times Square was in the late 70s and early 80s until they cleaned it up.
I was watching it. It was slow. And then all of a sudden, it turned into the history of porn.
Jay's like,
and I perked right up.
Jay's like,
I had to stop.
Mike, this sucks. And then you start talking about live sex acts. Jay's like, what?
This basically talks about the first porns and how it all came about.
The Disney World of pornography, basically, in the middle of Times Square.
Too late on the wrong coast.
It started out slow, where you could get little peep windows, and guys could sit there behind the window and look at girls and be like, "Oh, hey." Well, then they kind of lowered the glass a little bit. Then they let hands go through and all kinds of stuff. Jay, let me ask you a question. Could you actually do the live thing in front of a bunch of people? Like literally, you pay money, you go in there, and there's a bed, a couple, and they do the thing. Could you A or B,
be the performer,
be the performer, or B be the spectator?
Why do you say could? I've been both ends of that deal for free. I mean, I've been on both ends of that deal. Come on, we've all been on both ends of that deal.
You know, I thought you were a smart guy. I thought you were always scheming to make money.
Yeah, but I mean,
you just can't tell me you did it for free.
Am I supposed to start charging? Well, nowadays, I guess. I mean,
they were doing it in the late 70s. You missed your boat, dude.
I missed. Well, I didn't know you could get money for this. Okay.
So well, I guess the answer is yes to Jay.
Can we add a tab to the Cave website and where people can go to sign up for this?
Dude, Jay's gonna get his OnlyFans account.
I'll give you guys a cut.
You heard it here first. I'm getting 5% off this. So if you do go to OnlyFans.
I've done some crazy stuff in front of people, and I've been around watching crazy stuff happen. Come on, this is life, guys.
Okay.
We've all been there, man.
Okay. I think you're kind of mudding this up a little bit. I'm not talking about you and some guys and a chick, or some chicks and a guy, or whatever the hell you do on your Saturday nights. I'm talking about you in a public place where there is people around you in a room that paid to watch you do
I've
that
never
thing.
Set it up like that, but now that you say this sounds like a great money-making opportunity.
Okay, well then obviously
I'm taking a half day and I'm setting up some ropes in my place.
I don't know, man.
We need a tab.
That's a lot of money, dude.
How much would you charge to watch?
For me personally, how much would you pay? I want 6 figures.
How much would you pay to watch?
Nothing. I wouldn't do that.
Well, and where's the market we're coming from?
I mean, obviously there was a market for it because it was in the late 70s and early 80s.
How much would I need? I mean, if I'm going to do it for free, anything above that is cake, is icing on the cake. So I don't know, put $5 a head and bring your own beer.
That's less than a Machine Gun Symphony concert.
It is. Wait, $5 a head. $5 a head. Bring your own beer. You can watch me bone.
Jay, I can obviously you need my help, and I will be more than happy.
You can be my manager.
No, it's called a pimp.
Oh,
make sure that you're taken care of. Make sure that you get paid, and make sure
you'll be the muscle.
That Pepperjack, Mr. Mike Pepperjack, gets paid too.
Okay,
this is Dark Side of the Stream. We're making money here tonight or today. I'm on a 4.7 the .7 the Cave. Mike the Intern. Jay Stevens back in the studio setting our prices. Jay Stevens lowballing it today.
Well,
$5 to get in and see him do some live nasty, which is just. But hey, that's why you got Pepperjack, Mike Pepperjack, the Intern, here to help you and make sure you get paid. And don't want to mess around with Pepperjack, and that's what you're going to call me from here on out. Jay, $5, man. That's crazy. So, okay. Yeah. Anyway, the documentary we're talking about, we went way off topic last time.
So far gone.
I just wanted to see if Jay was willing to do it.
No,
well, he set the price, and
I'm in.
the only thing he didn't set is a
100%.
date and location, which
I'm in.
Coming soon to you.
Mike's house. Live from Mike's house.
No. So we're talking about crime scene, the Times Square killer. And yeah, they had to tell the story of Times Square in this period because it was sex. You could literally get anything and anything you wanted. The cops didn't really do a whole lot. All they did was warn people, hey, don't be out here past 6. If you are, good luck to you.
It sounds like that's where the magic happened after 6,
man. Well, and it let a guy like Richard Cottingham, who obviously had some issues, come in here and do whatever the hell he wanted for decades. Now, after he was caught, which, I mean, the story of some of the survivors, man. I'm surprised he even had survivors, to be quite honest with you, but he did, and that's inevitably what caught him. Some girl screamed loud enough, got a maid's attention. He went back to a hotel where he had killed someone already before. Big mistake.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at this point, I think he just thought he could do whatever the hell he wanted.
Didn't we learn anything from Scooby Doo? You don't return to the scene of the crime.
You do not return to the scene of the crime. But dude, he was active as early as the mid to late 60s. They didn't know this until after they busted him, but inevitably he's been accused and committed for 1968, 1969 murders.
Man.
These ones happened in the late 70s. So it goes to
10 years he was running this game.
He claims anywhere from 85 to 100. He's got 11 on his docket, but I would say probably 40 or 50. I mean, the sad thing is they meet with the one of those the advocates for the prostitutes that had been killed, and it was so freaking horrific to what they called them, but it was basically like it was no human involved, and that is after someone dies, the police call it no human involved, which means they don't know who it is. They don't have any relatives that are coming forward to say who they are. And there are hundreds of these females in that area from that time period. I guarantee you Richard Cardingham wasn't the only one active in this time period that probably may have gotten away with doing a little bit of killing. It's crazy. It's horrific. And that goes hand in hand with Jay's $5 cover for his little show he wants to put on, because that's inevitably what happened. At first, it was, whoa, this is crazy. A lot of people like do the Plato's Closet thing.
Yeah, the Plato's Closet sounded like a fun place, man.
Yeah, right, dude. I'm
Just
glad you bring that up.
Right doing it,
I'm glad you bring that up because we're watching it. My wife and I are watching it. And they're doing that, and we have the same discussions. Like, dude, how much would it cost? How much would you charge to actually go through with this? Well, Jay's $5. I would be like 7 figures. Like, it'd be a one and done thing. I'd be retired after that. But the thing, they go through the history of Times Square, and then inevitably, they clean it up and all that stuff. But what is hilarious is that it gets Disneyfied. Basically, it's like if you've been to Times Square in the last, 10, 15 years, it's literally like Disneyland in the middle of New York City. And Krista looks at me at one point and goes, it's funny. You go into that Disney store and you look around, how many people did the nasty in that room, and how much bodily fluids is still seeped into the walls in that Disney store in New York? Thank you, Krista. I died, dude. But
that's beautiful.
It's hard to think about. You can't. I mean, the kids aren't thinking about that, but as a parent, if you're going to Times Square anytime soon, that has to be in the back of your mind. And
Disney cartoons, they teach you to hate your stepmother. The porn industry takes a different approach. The porn industry has a different angle on that.
Well, Jay, that's a good way to put it, man.
They teach you to appreciate your stepmom.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a 180 in both directions, but it's just funny to me because you look at what these theaters used to host, and now they're hosting, like the Lion King and stuff.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
I'm on board.
Good luck bringing it back to the Bible Belt here in the Ozarks.
Maybe we could start a new trend, guys.
It ain't happening, man. It definitely not.
A new trend, bro.
Definitely not for $5 a head. Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7. Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back in the studio one more time. Dark Side of the Stream, episode 74, discussing Crime Scene, the Times Square Killer on Netflix. So how many porn theaters would you give this documentary, Jay?
I'm gonna go 2.5.
Ooh, kind of a
Yeah,
low ranking.
it was slow, and then it just turned into a history of porn, which is cool, but you know, it was a long one. I feel like again it could have been shorter.
I thought it was pretty short. It was only 3 episodes. They're like 30 minutes long.
I mean, it could have been shorter.
Give a little backstory in the whole story. Like I said, it didn't really reinvent the wheel, but at the same time, I thought the guys and gals, like the girl who was adopted, who ended up finding out her mom was one of the victims, the torso victims.
Yeah, that was crazy.
She kind of actually became, wouldn't say friends, but she got to know Richard after this and has gone and talked to him about some of the other victims and all this other stuff. And just her story was crazy. His coworker's story was unbelievable. I loved that guy. I thought it was crazy, like when he was talking about how the cops wanted him to testify, and all the coworkers were like, "We're too scared of Richard. What is he gonna do?" And he's like, "Screw this guy,
cat,
dude." They had him, like, screw him. Go out and testify. Don't be a chicken, whatever. I mean, come on, dude. Just go testify. I do probably about 3.5,
Cool.
just because it gave me a little bit more insight into the Times Square situation at the time, aka the Deuce, which there is a show on HBO, I believe, by the same guys who did The Wire about that. So, and I haven't watched it yet, and I'm going to now because now I'm all in, baby. All right, Jay, it's your turn next week. We are going to watch a movie called Roadrunner. Anthony Bourdain. It's a documentary about him, which troubled soul. Very interesting, you know. Cool ass dude. Cool ass documentary.
Dude. Spoiler alert: he committed suicide a year or two ago. So it's a trippy documentary because it's made afterwards.
Yeah.
It's a peek into his life, and it's a trip, man.
I'm very excited. I've always liked the guy. I actually haven't watched it yet, and
he started training jiu-jitsu at 58 or 59 years old.
Yeah, he's bad. He's rock star, dude, big time, and an incredible chef. Which can't wait to watch that.
You got to spend a few bucks though. It's Amazon. You got to spend a couple bucks, but it's worth it.
Hey, you can either spend $5 on watching Jay do the nasty,
or
$5
That's gonna happen. Keep checking the Cave page for a tab to sign up.
I'm choosing Roadrunner, the documentary. That's what we'll talk about next week.
That's the next Cave giveaway. Give away free passes to Jay's sex show.
No, Dark Side of the Stream reminding you that
we watch documentaries
so you don't have to.